I go by the name Flamboyant Lifestyle. If not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. And don't forget to on your notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be the first person to watch. Anthony Joshua is one of the greatest boxers. And recently, Anthony Joshua beat a certain guy and he was being hailed all over the world. A lot of people were giving him fans and all those things. But Anthony Joshua came on holidays with two personal friends. One of the friends was a trainer. They came to Nigeria. That was something. That was what actually happened. So welcome to
we show you the streets of Nigeria. Oluwasina, the first Iranian ever to step foot in Nigeria.
Hey, 2 times this year as well, that's crazy. April, December.
That's why you're called Oluwasina now, bro.
We don't know what actually happened. Whether the driver was sleeping or the driver was going speed or the driver was short-sighted or the driver was not able to drive well. So many questions that a lot of us have been asking that what really happened. And Anthony Joshua has really regretted coming to Nigeria. And the way the situation became, he was being pulled out from the car. A lot of people were around, a superstar. So let's imagine that this happened in maybe US or someplace. A lot of ambulance and a lot of police escort and a lot of people will be surrounded because he's a superstar. When you talk about Anthony Joshua, he's a superstar. He fights, a lot of people know him, he have fame, he have money, a lot of people surround him, but right now, he's no more. A lot of things are going on, and a lot of people are saying their reaction, their sentiments. Let's listen.
Yeah, let them take you out of here.
One, don't come cheap that yeah. See him. I think I put on you. Anthony Joshua moto. Get accident, accident. Right couple. Along on the park, more long.
Let's talk about something that a sad incident that occurred today. Earlier, international boxing champion Anthony Joshua was involved in a road accident in Mako area of Ogun State. The incident, which happened around 11 a.m. earlier today along the heavily trafficked Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, led to the death of 2 persons. Reports indicate that an SUV transporting Joshua collided with a stationary truck. However, the exact circumstances of the crash are still under investigation. A video of the incident just you've seen, the 35-year-old former heavyweight champion being rescued from the wrecked vehicle appears to have suffered injury. So the traffic officials have spoken about this incident. Let's take a listen to them.
What we'll discover was that men at Shagam unit informed us of the unfortunate incident. From what we got to understand was that there was a trailer that was parked at the shoulder, whereby the vehicle conveying Anthony Joshua and his team did a wrongful overtake, and they ran into that vehicle, which was definitely because of the overspeeding. I didn't been doing no overspeeding, probably that wouldn't have been that fatal. Now, from the report we have 5 people were involved in the total. 2 people lost their lives, and the rest just had injuries. He was not among the people that died anyway, but the DSS details that were with him took him to an undisclosed location, took him to an hospital, but he was not seriously injured, from what we discovered.
So what other details do you want us to know?
What we did, what our men did was to carry those that lost their life to the nearest morgue there, so that they've been deposited there, and the road was later cleared from every other form of obstructions.
Nigerian authorities say Anthony Joshua's car was speeding and lost control while overtaking, rammed into a stationary truck that was well parked on the side of the road. 2 people were killed and Anthony Joshua suffered minor injuries. He was in the back of this Lexus SUV driving along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. He has said on social media previously that his grandparents live in Ibadan, so he likely was heading in that direction. Social media video show Anthony Joshua being pulled from the back of this car. He's in obvious pain, a crowd gathers, and then he's driven away where he's receiving treatment in hospital. There's been no statement from Anthony Joshua's management at this time. Nigeria's Federal Road Safety Corps says the primary causes of the crash were excessive speed and wrongful overtaking, and they say these are serious traffic violations that are among the leading causes of fatal road crashes on Nigerian highways.
New photos of Anthony Joshua's wrecked car show how he came within inches of death after a crash in Nigeria. The heavyweight British boxing champion was travelling in a Lexus Jeep when it smashed into a stationary truck shortly after 11 a.m. 2 of the 5 people involved in the crash tragically lost their lives, but Joshua survived with just minor injuries and was taken to a local hospital. A friend of the star said that he's okay, but badly shaken up.
Hi guys. So I just saw that video with Anthony Joshua and so many things came to my mind. First things first, when is Nigeria ever going to be ready for emergency services? I ask this question because it bothers me. Big shout out to the people on the scene. They came out, they tried to help. They tried to give him first aid to the best of their abilities. And then he was taken over to the hospital. You can watch the video right here. My issue is, where's the ambulance service? In the developed world, it wouldn't be people rushing him to the hospital. It will be ambulance services. How did we get here? If there's anything Nigeria desperately needs to work on, it is our health sector. The Nigerian health sector is scary, to say the least. Big shout out to Kabiyesi Are Afe Babalola, who has a multi-system hospital in Ekiti State. My father, I say this all the time, was a beneficiary of that hospital. My father had open heart surgery in Abuad Multi-System Hospital. My question is, how many multi-system hospitals do we have in Nigeria today? We need to talk about this. I'm sorry if I'm annoying you, but we need to talk about this. I've seen incidents in Canada. I've seen incidents in the US. I've seen incidents in the UK. I've even seen incidents in Romania. It's not people that will rush you to the hospital. The ambulance will be there in minutes. And paramedics, people who understand the human anatomy, people who will give you the best first aid, not guesswork. Because sometimes people get injured, and if they're moved in a wrong way, they will only end up complicating those injuries, especially people who have suffered spinal cord or spinal trauma. I look at Nigeria, reading the stories I hear from the 80s, when Saudi Arabian royal families would come to places like the University Teaching Hospital, UCH Ibadan, for treatment. The Saudi family, Ibadan, for treatment. There was a time in Nigeria when people abroad came to school in Nigeria, Ife, UNN, Ibadan. Today, Nigerians are running abroad. People are leaving the comfort of their bank executive jobs and going to do menial jobs in the UK, the US, and Canada. The question is, are we evolving or devolving? Dirty December or Dirty December is supposed to be an opportunity for people to come home from across the world and come and enjoy Nigeria, their home country. Anthony Joshua, who we did nothing for. He rose to fame by his lonely. His fame is not Nigerian collective effort. He became whatever he became by himself. And he comes home because he loves his home. He comes home because he loves his country. He comes home to be with his people, and then he cannot get basic health care. I am bothered. I'm bothered. Some people raise the argument saying, well, the people who live in Nigeria don't get any treatment any better. Anthony Joshua is a living legend. He's not just anybody. And if you can get him to pay some of his taxes in Nigeria, he just won $90-something million. If only 10% can come to Nigeria as tax, that's $9 million. Please, how much do you pay as tax again? Remind me. At least someone of his status and stature, someone who is doing well to represent us abroad and make us proud, should be given the best possible treatment. Helicopter should be on scene. Where are our healthcare helicopters? They have them even in Romania. They have them in Canada. You that you live in the US, you know what I'm talking about. Small thing like this, helicopter don't come. Not too much talk. Hospital get H, you go see that H, helicopter landing pad. I was in Spain in a hotel next to a hospital. Every other day, helicopter they land. Is it that bringing heart, bringing patient, or carrying patient? Sometimes twice in one day, you go see the helicopter land on top that H. Every standard hospital in Europe, in the US, and in Canada has a helicopter landing pad or access to where a helicopter can land and patients can be transferred seamlessly. Look at where we are as a country. I want to end with this. Kabiesi, Are Afe Babalola, has done what no other Nigerian has done for his state. Ekiti State is a village. Are Afe Babalola turned it into a city. 2 of my children attended Abuad University, built single-handedly by Afe Babalola. Before Afe Babalola built Abuad, that's Afe Babalola University, he first built a polytechnic and gave to the government. He built a polytechnic for the government, and he's not taking 1 naira from it. He's not making 1 naira from it in profit. He built it for his people. He built a university for his people. The university has one of the best hospitals in Nigeria. the Abuad Multi-System Hospital. He built it for his people in a village that became a city. And I went with United Nigeria Airlines to launch the first flight into Ekiti State. And the governor was speaking. He said Afe Babalola gave them 1.6 million US dollars for the airport from his money, and an additional 350 million naira to build a car park for the airport. Why am I saying all this? If every Nigerian wealthy man, every wealthy Nigerian could build just their own village. It's not about building mansion in a village. Afe Babalola's house is a biggish, I can't even call it a mansion. But the government of Ekiti State, led by the governor, made one statement. They said the second highest employer of labor in Ekiti State is Afe Babalola. Second only to the government of Ekiti State. When you are rivaling the government in employment, you don't need a mansion. My brothers and sisters building mansion in their village is okay, it's nice. But I think you need to pluck a feather from Afe Babalola's back. You need to pluck a feather or tear a leaf from his book. When you've built a polytechnic and dashed the government, when you built a university for yourself amongst your people so that there can be resources and all that, and then you've developed your state that well, then you can build a mansion, not before.
Let's be very careful about driving and about going out and coming in. It's very, very dangerous. Car accident is very dangerous. And my condolences to the two friends that he has lost. So that's what has actually happened. You can also share your comments under the comment section. Anything that you want to say, feel free and say it. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that anytime I post a video, you'll be the first person to watch. Thank you very much for watching this video. And I'll see you another time.